Party people in the place to be, live from 58 Dream Street. Greg and James beat 'em up. It's your favorite show on Twitch, where
Greg and
James play beat 'em ups, and not just any beat 'em up.
every beat 'em up.
Hello, Thedev. Happy Tuesday once again. It was a happy Tuesday before, and it remains so. Even if I do wish that literally until the exact moment we started, I had just been pressing the buttons in that puzzle and then casting the Duma pick spell to see what had changed. But here we are, forced to take a break to eat and run errands and such. And now we're here. I don't remember how the Rufio chant goes.
Rufio.
I remember now. Hello, Cedric. So we may have a strange audio issue. Here's the weirdest thing.
We'll see.
Yeah, but let me give you the background for what might happen tonight. So when Danielle and I set up for Hey Babe, Can We Play This Game last Friday, we ran into a strange frustration where I couldn't get the sound to come to both of our headphones. As you've probably noticed, Greg and I are both sitting here. Greg's got earbuds. I've got this. We talk about the music and the sound. We're both hearing it.
Yep.
But I couldn't get that to happen with mine and Danielle's headphones. And then today, it no longer would happen with Greg and I's headphones.
Yeah, the weirdest thing.
The no intro music is a separate issue where I think I forgot to hit play.
Yeah, a simpler issue.
Yeah. So then, Greg and I, when we're setting up, we get our headphones set up and make sure they're working, and we could only get the sound to come out of one. So I went to the internet and said, 2 sets of Bluetooth headphones, connected sound at once in Windows, and learned, according to the most upvoted post in the Reddit thread about someone looking for help with this situation, it's not a thing that you can do. You cannot have audio going to 2 separate sets of connected Bluetooth headphones at the same time via Windows.
Which is patently untrue because
we've been doing it for literally years, but apparently it's not a thing. And the discussion revolved around, you can't do that. I don't know. And then for a moment, it started working again, and we were like, okay, great. So maybe, I don't know. There was one thing I said I would have to do, so I will do it, which was to switch.
Yeah, we'll see if it works when the game is actually playing.
Yeah. Hopefully it does, because we do like to hear the sound.
It does add something to the game experience. There
are apparently hardware solutions. So, worst case scenario, I gotta find the Amazon gift cards that I got for... I see them. Okay.
Did you see them in the video?
No, I can't see them in the video.
You instantly spotted them.
But I was like, I think I remember where they are, and they're right where I thought they were. So worst case scenario, I'll order whatever thing it is to make this happen.
Yeah.
But yeah. They're gonna put out a special Windows update just to make sure that nobody ever slips that one through again. Someone in the thread that I was reading that completely contradicted my experience of the world. Oh, you know what? 1 second here.
Oh, you're gonna put us in gaming?
Yes, I've got my monitor on reading mode.
There you go.
Now it's on game mode. Looks much brighter. That'll be good for when we're playing game.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody, the OP who was asking the question, the original poster, said.
Thank you, James.
Yeah, OP, original poster, said. Well, hopefully they fix that for Windows 11. And the expert replying said, it won't be fixed for Windows 11 because it's not a problem or a bug. You just have a very unusual use case that they haven't planned for.
Yeah.
Is it that? Like, it's a little unusual. Like, because usually you think of people using their computer by themselves. Yeah. But it's not that unusual,
well, like
right?
playing it for the whole room to hear.
What if we're watching a movie on our laptop on the plane and we both want to watch the same film?
Like, they've sold headphone splitters for years.
But anyway, it works. Like, we've done it before, so just, shut up with this. It can't be done. But apparently it wasn't supposed to be done. We were violating some sort of compact with the Microsoft gods. Weird. So, here we are.
Yeah.
What's on the docket today? Well, we decided to keep the licensed beat-em-ups going, but we had to dig to find more from 1992.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to play Irem's Hook. So is this the first time? Hold on, let's go back to our games played list. Every now and then we should review what we've done. Like we've seen Irem. No, I think we played one beat 'em up by Irem recently.
We've definitely played Irem before.
We've played them before because they made Kung Fu Master and Vigilante games that are not beat 'em ups. But
but did we play one that we would actually classify?
I thought yes, Blade Master, which was, I believe, yet another Golden Axe game.
Yeah.
Golden Axe clone. Golden Axe wannabe. But anyway, to date, we have played, check it out, 74 beat 'em ups.
Pretty good, pretty good.
No, wait. No, that's not accurate.
Oh, yeah, we've played more than that.
Hold on.
That's only going up to Arabian Fight. There we go.
78 beat 'em ups to date. We have played 78 beat 'em ups to date, which means we are 38 beat 'em ups into phase 2, because phase 1 was 40, the 40 notables through 1993. If we look at our list remaining, we have, whoops, went too far, showing the seams. We have 54 games to go, which means, so 54 plus 38 is 80, 92. So we're approaching the event. We're almost crossing that Rubicon.
And we're going through these a lot quicker than the notables, especially some of the Kunio games.
Yes.
That took several.
None of these are role-playing games that are intended to be completed in multiple sessions, so that certainly helps. Okay. So, it's been a wild ride, but we're approaching the halfway point of phase 2. Who would have thought? Briefly, Greg, would you put the box or the arcade flyer for Hook on the screen?
So this is the arcade flyer, which is important to state because Hook is an interesting game historically.
Really?
Which is that Hook, 1991's Hook, starring Robin Williams, inspired some video games. There were home releases for video games based on Hook. However, they did an interesting thing where they used the same cover art, the same title, it was just called Hook, for vastly different games. There's a side-scrolling platformer.
Yep, that's not very good for the NES.
A point-and-click adventure for I believe the Sega, or possibly home release, and then Hook for the arcade, which is a beat 'em up.
Yes. Now, a thing that I remember very distinctly about the Nintendo Entertainment System Hook game, which my cousin owned, my cousin Shannon, is that it was wildly frustrating because Peter Pan fights with his little dagger.
Yeah.
And so you have a game that's about stabbing where you have a ridiculously short range for that stab. I think probably otherwise it's also not a good game, which is the case for an awful lot of licensed platformers.
It's true.
On the old Nintendo Entertainment System.
But yeah, just very interesting. I've never heard of a game. I've heard of them releasing, obviously that's always a bit of it, especially with like something over the length of its time in existence, like a TV show, where they release but even like a movie or something, they might release multiple games that are even different from each other, but usually they'll throw in some sort of subtitle, or like, like there'll be a home release of something and then there'll be an iOS version, but they'll be called different things. They'll have obviously different setups. But they were just like, nah, it's all Hook.
Like, I mean, that's what Konami did with Bucky O'Hare.
That's true, yeah.
For a really solid beat 'em up and an excellent Mega Man clone. Abra.
Abra's being very forlorn tonight.
Yeah, she's she has her days.
Yeah.
The saddest ones, I don't think it's happening right now, but until her knee injury, Danielle's home office was in the room across the way. And towards the end of her life, Astra was hanging out in there with Danielle, and then just decided, well, this is my sleeping spot of the night, too. And so, but then otherwise we don't use that. We haven't touched, it's just a storage room now while Danielle's office is upstairs in the bedroom. So we haven't touched it at all. And so I assume that Astra's scent is just all over that place. And Abra never goes in that room, except now she's in there sometimes. And I went in and she's like, when she was a kitten, I remember a few times that she clearly like suddenly thought about her sister and wanted to find her and looked for her in the most adorable way, where she started just like walking the perimeter of the room, and then every time she passed something that she could go up on, she would like peek up on top of a box, like maybe she's up here, as though she couldn't just see that as she was walking up to it.
Yeah.
And she was basically doing that, except while making some very, very sad sounds. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's awfully, awfully sad. I felt horrible.
Yeah.
But it's also like, it's nice to know in a way, like, you know, because cats don't, like cats obviously don't use their memories the same way we do. Like, I don't think when your cat's sitting around idle, they're like reminiscing about stuff.
Yeah, they're thinking about the past.
But they do have long social memories.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, like, it's not like I was worried that Abra would forget about her sister in a month and a half.
Right.
But it's still, it's you know, it counts for something. Anyway, we shouldn't go down this road.
This is a dark road to go down on a licensed beat-em-up episode.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, Hook has themes of loss and...
Does, of growing up,
Yeah.
of growing old.
Yeah. All right. So, do our quarter trackers work? No, they don't, because as we've learned, when it goes back to 0, that's because it's lost its hold.
Hook, by the way, great movie. Like,
It's a solid movie, yeah.
it's a solid film, stands up. Honestly, probably one of the better Peter Pan adaptations.
I'm set.
Yeah, me too.
On a note, unrelated to Peter Pan, except children's fantasy from the early 20th century, isn't it kind of weird that they do all these like, you know, the Wicked novel and then later stage musical and now film,
Yeah.
and they did that The Great and Powerful Oz movie. They do all Abra! Killing me with this shit, Abra. I gotta go find it. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
she's really.
This
I don't
is-
know. If I
she's
don't
really
think the
going
mics
for
are
it.
picking it up, but she's really going for it. The howling. Poor kitty. Yeah, Peter Pan. Not a. I think Hook, one of the better adaptations. Live action Peter Pan's never been done particularly well. If anybody in the comments has strong opinions on Peter Pan, chime in. But there's just something about, I don't know, Robin Williams does such a great job in that movie. Of course, you've got
Right, I'm back.
hey,
But yes, he does. He certainly does. He was a great actor.
I've been good at it.
You know what was a real intense day for me? It was the day that Robin Williams died because I watched Attack on Titan for the first time. So I watched the first 2 episodes of Attack on Titan, which are, you know, the climax of the end of the first episode is the main character watching his mother be eaten alive by a giant. And the second episode is also not very happy. So I watched those 2 episodes and I was like, holy smokes. And then I had to go pick my then partner up from work. But just before I left, I learned that Robin Williams had died. And then I suggested that me and my partner watch it. And so we came home and watched those 2 episodes again. Just like, man, I feel horrible. I'm excited about this cartoon, but I feel like shit right now. Yeah, anyway. So what I was saying is that there's all these like
Adaptations.
reimaginings.
Yes.
They're like, let's put our own spin. Like, you know, what about when Willy Wonka was a kid? That sounds like it'd be fucking terrible, and it was. Although, you know what I did like it.
I hear it was all right. I haven't seen it, so I can't speak.
I'm tangenting here, but I did watch Wonka, and one thing I'll say for the Wonka movie is that it is filled with moments, and they don't really underscore it that much. They might not even intended it, but where you can tell that Willy Wonka, like, it's like he's thinking, okay, yeah, someday I'm somehow going to use my candy gift to torture children. Because some of these children are just real shit.
You gotta do it to some of them. To a handful.
But yeah, so there's all these reimaginings, and here's a new take. American McGee's, no, that's Alice. But all these different things.
I mean, still,
But
yeah.
L. Frank Baum wrote 13 novels set in the Oz universe, and from what I understand,
Sure
they are
did.
not regarded poorly.
No.
As why is there never just what's the next book in that series? Why have they never just made a movie out of that?
They did. Return to Oz.
Huh.
Did you not see Return to Oz?
No.
It's terrifying.
Cool.
It came out many, many, many years later in 1980. and it's very dark.
Okay, well there you go. Interesting. I never knew.
Also introduced the actual arc villain of the Oz books, which is not the Wicked Witch of the West. He dies in the first book.
Yeah.
It's the Gnome King, a terrifying gnome monster who wants to take over Oz.
Neat. Okay, cool. Well, I gotta look into that.
You gotta look into it.
I'm all for things that are very upsetting.
It's got the fucked up. I forget what they're called, but they're like dudes that have wheels for hands and feet, and they like come in like a motorcycle gang, and like it's
Holy
terrifying.
Smokes. All right. Well, the horror. That's enough ado. Let's play Hook.
You're right though. There's not enough straight adaptations of Wizard of Oz.
So, warning, screen flipping in cocktail mode is not supported. Fortunately, I am not a hobbyist building my own arcade cabinets. We are not playing in cocktail mode. We will not encounter any problems here. Okay.
Okay.
The attract screen was silent, so the fact that we're hearing nothing now is not a problem. Dear Peter, your presence required something. Come with me, Peter.
Where are we going?
We are going to save the children.
Who are you anyway?
Poor Peter Pan was totally confused. Tinkerbell wrapped him in a bedsheet and flew out of the window. They are on their way now to fight Captain Hook. If you are the real Peter Pan, come on and challenge me. You must beat me to save the kids. As soon as Peter Pan's memory came back, his magic power was restored. Look, Peter, you can fly again. Watch out, Captain Hook. I'm coming to kick your butt for the kids' revenge.
Wow, really running us through the first, I would say, half of the film.
Yeah, are you hearing the music, Greg?
I am, yes.
So am I. So are the folks at home. I'm going to turn it up a little bit for the folks at home. And that maybe down a little bit from there. Let me know. But I think we landed on something.
Okay.
Peter Pan is a character. Rufio is a character, as we suspected. They have stats. That's cool. Who else? Ace. It's Ace.
Sure, he's a lost boy, I guess.
And Pockets.
Yeah, he's a lost boy for sure.
Yep.
Much thinner. No, it was Thudbutt I was
Thudbutt.
thinking of.
I remember Thudbutt.
I remember Thudbutt. I remember Pockets too, but I was conflating him with Thudbutt.
So that's, geez, 5 characters to choose from.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Let's add some coins.
Pile in some coins, and let's press any button. Including the start button, it seems.
An interesting version of Tinkerbell.
Who do you want to be first?
I want to be Rufio.
That makes sense. I assume there was a lot of... Yeah, probably they couldn't get likeness rights. Or didn't want to spend the money you would take. That would definitely cut into your margins. Okay, so we've got attacks. We're, of course, using weapons. Very nice graphics.
Pan has a wooden sword, which is nice. Nice touch.
Yeah, he's still beating him up. What's this? No... clocks. It's a no clock.
Oh, there's
flag?
like a... This... That was neat. I didn't use it properly.
But you cut down the mast or something?
Yeah, and it could have crushed all those dice. Like here, look.
Whoa!
I got you.
So there is grappling of some sort. There's throw. We have a time limit coming across the bottom. Yeah, the sprites are pretty nice.
Whoa, got a big hit there. First hit I've taken, and it took
Ooh.
a lot of my health.
Did I just beat up the guy who was on the ground? I'm not sure. And I don't think I'll get to find out on this dude.
Nah, he's dead.
That's good.
Yeah, environmental stuff is really good, actually.
Oof.
See, look at that.
Yep, you definitely had a step. I think you had a stepping on that dude guy. Stepping on that dude move.
Ah, he died. Nope, he's dead too.
Hey, I just did just a kick. Oh, so there's like a forceful move if you combine the joystick with the other thing.
Yeah, there seems to be a cinch as well.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that guy got up, threw up the double biceps, and it knocked me down.
Okay, I just got
Powerful guy. I just had a cupcake. Ha! Yes! Oh man! And it's kneel down beside the guy and drive your elbow into his gut. Or, depending on the sprite, quite possibly his nards.
Oh, I think we're...
Yeah, we are,
tied
but we
together
can
again.
jump out of it. And it's the butcher. Ooh, a lot of damage to the butcher with a single powerful kick. Also, I can grab him and throw him. Yeah. Robin was always at his best on the mat.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. Charlie horse on this dude. She's wailing on his hamstring. Oh, I was thinking this guy seems like he should be
The
hardy.
head is kind of elastic.
It's weird and bouncy, yeah. I don't know what that's trying to communicate. Oh,
Ooh, ooh.
what's Rufio? Rufio kicks the dude.
Oh, damn.
That's exactly how I would expect a cool dude like Rufio, an edgy teenager like Rufio to fight his downed opponent. And then the chickens come to beat up the butcher. Okay, that makes sense.
This is
They're
pretty
getting
good
revenge.
so far.
It's fun.
Honestly.
It's fun.
It's
I'll have a
better
good
than I
time.
expected it to be.
I mean, Irem. Irem is a good developer, but I wasn't blown away by Blade Warriors
No, me neither. Damn.
or
Hard to jump.
Golden Axe or Wild Fang Tecmo Knight. Jump attack, of course. Have you tried hitting both buttons at once? It is indeed a
Power.
drain your health to hit everybody. I wish I hadn't done that. Now I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose my life. Boom, boom, boom. Take it out on this guy. This malignant and turbaned Turk.
There we go.
Oh no, there's a candy, but it's all gone forever now. Ooh, a hill.
Whoa, okay.
Whoa.
That's a new guy to introduce. There you go.
Boom, right to the
It's a
spine.
bonus stage?
Hey, a weapon.
Yeah, it was a spear I threw.
That was another inspiring Olympic story. The gold medal javelin thrower from Pakistan.
Yeah!
Pakistan's first gold medal in like 40 years, and this is a dude who apparently, for training, made his own weights out of cement.
Yep. Could not afford his own javelin.
Yeah, at his like town or his neighborhood had to crowdfund his first javelin.
Oh, you can pick up this guy's weapon.
Like
damn.
that part is of course like, you know, when you hear like how inspiring the this town saved up money so that their teacher could get out of medical debt after she almost died of cancer. So wouldn't it be more inspiring if that wasn't like medical debt from your cancer wasn't a thing? And it's like that. It would be nice if just, you know, athletes anywhere. Hey, a beehive. That's great. Oh, those bees are not very aggressive though. They're just kind of randomly ambling about.
Okay. I like the sort of artful dodgerness of this
Yeah,
guy.
this foppish.
This foppish youth.
Yeah, he's got a whole thing going. Like, his type in the real world is, you know, a guy in a fedora who's never been on a date, but who refers to every woman he meets as "milady."
Ah, damn. Well, these guys are more hindrance than a help to their allies.
Yeah. I like. They're like sailing monorails.
Yeah. It's nice. It's good stuff.
I mean, there's lots of great production design in Spielberg's Hook. Go figure. Ooh, I had a feeling that was going to be a full health thing. Ooh, a
Oh,
boomerang.
Bangarang. Is another thing they say in those movies.
Ah, yes. I had forgot. I knew that. I sometimes think
There we go.
bangarang in my own head, and I think that's from something. But what? Will it come back? Can I
Yes!
catch it again? Yes, it will, and yes, I can.
Ah,
I
you
did
missed
not.
it that time though. Damn, he really got me. Good.
Beating him with your cane,
My cane that has a rock at the end. It's
Like-
just, it's like an axe.
like Edward Hyde. Oh yeah, I guess it is. Is that Mr. Hyde's name? Edward?
Yep.
Yeah. Henry Jekyll and Edward Hyde, right?
Yep, that's it.
I read Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde for the first time while I was ignoring I'll be Pockets. The little guy. Oh, he's fighting with a yo-yo. That's fun. A giant yo-yo. The easy mode yo-yo.
What?
Ooh,
Ooh!
That was cool. He had a
Yeah,
back
that's
attack
okay.
while he was holding you. Pockets cannot take a whole lot of beatings from Jason. Ooh, in fact,
What's my
I've already
mega
lost a
move?
life.
I summoned penguins as my mega move? Maybe that's unique for each section.
Makes sense. Penguins, because he's in a suit.
Damn. Damn, he really does a lot of damage.
Oh no. Yeah, jeez. Makes sense. He does way more damage to me, I think. Which also makes sense.
You're little. You probably have the lowest defense.
Music is totally okay. No, he is beating him with the cane side.
Okay,
He's
good.
using the rock as the handle.
Mr. Hank Hyde. He sells propane. Ah, shoot. Oh, he's got an extra move. Okay.
I first read Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in English class, but I don't mean in 9th grade because they assigned it, but because I found school, I had undiagnosed ADHD. I found it impossible to just sit there and listen to whatever they were talking about. So I was just sitting there surreptitiously reading a novel
That's me, yeah. Yeah.
in the hopes that, like, you can't get in that much trouble
Time
for
for thud butt.
reading in school, right? I will try Rufio. Boom! He enters with a bang.
Damn.
Oh
Okay,
my
well,
Your grappling move, I believe that's just because
that's
you did it
because
to a
he's giant,
but
it totally
just
looks...
uppercuts to the nuts.
Yeah.
That is an effective way for a child to fight an adult. I don't think children should, like, kids, like, just run. But
But if you need to fight,
if
then
it
you
comes
gotta-
down to it, Yep. I had a
right.
feeling. It looked like he was getting the shakes. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, nice. A really, really crummy statue garden.
Nice. This is really well. They really took time and effort to make characters here.
Yeah.
Like, these are dudes from the movie. These characters do exist, but nobody really remembers them.
Yeah. I remember Thudbutt after it was said. And then, like, Ace and Pockets, I can look at both of them and be like,
Yeah,
I can see how they must.
they're in the film.
I can see why these are characters in the movie. But, like, you know, when we discussed at length who the characters might be, we were like, Pan, Rufio,
Yeah.
Julia Roberts Tinkerbell, blown up to full size.
Yeah, another. No hook. This is an anti-hook.
Is the alligator?
Yeah, does the alligator count? Surely
No.
the alligator's in
Yeah,
this,
wait,
right?
why no hook? Why are we beating up these pirates? I mean, they're still pirates. And they're still attacking children on sight.
I have 2 jump moves. Yeah, I have 1 jump move where I do a belly flop and 1 where I do a diving kick. I'm not sure what differentiates the moves, because there's clearly moves. Damn.
Oh, yes. There. Good call, Cedric. These are Hook's pirates attacking a Lost Boys hut. Get out of there, Rufio.
Nice.
Nice. Although, while I was watching for it to go off, I was not defending myself.
You're still doing better than me. You have about a full, like, life meter in front of me right now. Oh, that's me. Yeah. The use of weapons and environmental obstacles is really well done. Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's
Like-
a lot going on in this game. This is, like, go figure. When I think of licensed video games in 1992, I think of, like, cash-ins.
yeah.
And when you think of, like, a bunch of beat-em-ups that nobody ever talks
Oh,
about anymore,
yes.
you think about, like, let's just shit something out. Yeah, let's do Blade Master.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Golden Axe. The kids will play it because it's loud and violent. Doesn't need to be good in any way. But all these beat-em-ups, these licensed beat-em-ups we're playing, are taking care not only to honor the licenses, but to be fun games in their own right.
Yeah, you need the pineapple.
Rufio loves pineapple. I don't know if it's actually character specific how much each fruit he's eating. If
I think
anything,
they
I'd bet
all-
against it.
I think they all just eat imaginary food. What is
Right,
this?
yeah. I remember that. Whoa. These are magic pirates. Notice that they're all called Hook?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. And
He
they
does
drop
the
their
wig
wigs.
drop, yeah.
So, why did we see them transform if they're not actually transforming? Probably don't think about it too much.
No, I don't think they really want. I think that. I mean, it will be a shame.
Because like the
if
fact
we
that they
fight
came out of
Hook at the
magic
end.
pots also definitely made me think that these guys were illusion looks, not just funny wig and get-up looks. And note that I assume when we fight actual Hook, he'll have a red jacket,
Yeah,
and that these guys are all off palette.
definitely. He'll probably be tougher than this as well. Just
Yes.
a little.
I would say
Yeah,
perhaps
look.
at the least 3 times as tough. Oh, sweet. We even know which ones we've beaten. So I started playing subject change. I started playing Sweet Home on Sunday. Speaking of licensed games, there's the connection. And what a game! It's really living up to its reputation as a terrific NES game, and like
Tasteful.
you can see the influence on Resident Evil in the haunted mansion full of puzzles, but also the grotesque imagery, the door opening animation, which is just there for atmosphere in this. There's no load times. But beyond that, like, we're talking about like a Famicom
Aw.
game. It's as much an adventure game as an RPG, but its engine is definitely like
shoot.
RPG. It's like a Dragon Quest style Famicom RPG. So imagine if I described to you a Famicom Dragon Quest style RPG and then said, so you control 5 different characters, they're all on the map at once. You can switch between them and you can team them up into groups of up to 3, and you have to maneuver them all around together to solve puzzles and stuff. There are quasi real-time elements where you have to avoid hazards. Oops, I put in a coin for no reason.
Yeah, you're close, but you're not there yet. You're like one hit
I
away.
popped right back up when I wasn't expecting you.
Oh.
A dinosaur egg, that's fine.
Don't want to touch this until. There we go.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, alligator eggs. And each character has a hard inventory limit of 2 items, and you need to juggle items around and switch between characters all the time. And after I said all
Whoa.
that, I said, and it's a really smooth playing game with a great user interface that like has very little friction and is never a pain when you're like trying to figure out how do I get these 5 characters with 10 inventory slots between them to be holding the right things. It's so well done. Like, for everything from just like the menus open really fast when you press A, but also just your options are set up really well. I'm really digging it. It's good so far. I don't know that there's going to be anything proper scary, because it is a Famicom game, but it certainly has grotesque imagery and some really like atmospheric scenes, and like one puzzle that totally would feel at home in Resident Evil, where we found a suit of armor that was not holding anything, and then somewhere else we found a suit of armor that had a spear, and with enough strength, prey points, but those were to represent your strength and effort. The characters were able to pull the spear off of the one piece of armor and give it to the other one, and in so doing, cause it to destroy the wall behind it so we could go into the garden. It was real. Yeah, it's cool. I'm really digging it.
I do like Pockets just taking out these big giant men with his mace that he picked up from somebody else. Ah, shoot.
Blessedly, unlike the first Resident Evil, it's not you. Saving is not a limited item feature. Man,
Okay, I'm gonna go back to Rufio.
Ace here has like a better throw than all the rest of them. He can tangle 2 people up and spin them around.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Ace might be my favorite.
he's sweet. And like, you know, obviously he's like, the other kids must think he's just friggin' obnoxious. You know that he's saying like, you know, this guy says mayhaps a lot.
Do you know that there was an Artful Dodger TV show that was a sequel to Oliver Twist? It's
No, but it makes sense.
it starred
The Artful Dodger is a character that you could, you know, I can see how you could make an ongoing show out of him.
it was set in Australia.
Oh, I was literally caning the guy on the back of the legs and the butt.
It was set in Australia, and it was about the Artful Dodger becoming a doctor in the colonies.
Oh, so he actually, they're suggesting that the policy of deportation to Australia was actually working as a criminal reform, as a reformatory criminal
yes
justice
and no.
system.
I think he was using it more as a way to escape.
Okay, I was gonna say, I find this ideologically objectionable and also kind of boring to take the thief character and make him honest for your show.
I think the idea specifically was that he was like an incredibly good surgeon and at the cutting edge of surgery because his sleight of hand skills were so high.
Okay.
And surgery at the time was seen
Well, yeah.
as like, it's butchery.
Yeah.
No,
well,
no
it was.
man.
Quite
Well, it
literally
was, yeah. But part of the reason it was because nobody could ever actually perform surgeries aptly because it did require incredible dexterity skills, which it still does.
Yep.
I'm not underselling today's surgeons. Ooh, the spikes. There we go. But also, at the time, speed was sort of key above almost anything else.
Here's something I'll say. I worked in a neuroscience clinic for a year and almost 2 years as a, well, it was a waste of a hatchet, but I want to know what was in the other barrel. And so in the neuroscience clinic, I worked with both neurologists and neurosurgeons. And contrary to what popular culture would have you believe, I can think of far more neurologists who were jerks than neurosurgeons. Although I will say, lots of doctors, surgeons and doctors alike, say horrifying things about their patients. And the contempt they have for them for not like perfectly sticking to a diet or like being too concerned about like the constant buzzing pain in their neck.
We do not have a health bar for Hook yet.
This is not Hook. This is a boss becoming a regular enemy. It's fake Hook becoming. Oh, cool! I like Thudbutt's his combo finisher is to hop up in the air, spend himself for a moment, and then do an area of effect attack.
Yeah.
I like how daintily he swings the flail.
Yeah. Nice.
Just a flick of the wrist.
A flick of the wrist. Yeah, the strut on.
This is like, jeez.
This is a very charming game. Again, incredible that they put up multiples of these. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, why not just adapt this for the Super Nintendo?
yeah. Like,
I mean-
why do completely different games?
Yeah. I understand why the NES one can't be this. I don't understand why it had to be a piece of shit it was.
Ooh, he moves. Do you see?
Oh,
The painting
that's funny.
emotes.
That's fun.
Okay.
Not as cool as if it was emoting in response, like it looked shocked when we were getting hits or something. But oh hey,
There was a dude in there.
you can break the barrels and there's dudes inside.
Oh, you can break down the doors.
And free the crocodiles from their little prison cells. Is it a crocodile or an alligator? I think it's a crocodile, right?
That eats Hook's hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crocodile.
And the distinction is that, I mean, besides them being different things, but is one of them saltwater and one of them freshwater? Is that a thing?
I believe so. I believe crocodiles... Well, it's possible one is saltwater and one is brackish water? Or one is freshwater and one is brackish water. Rather. I believe crocodiles live in freshwater. Rivers and lagoons and such. Okay. Getting into boss rush territory.
No. I think it's once again just we're fighting a boss as a regular enemy.
There we go.
Just like with Fake Hook in the last screen. Oh, it does seem like we are possibly on Hook's ship. This is a very nicely...
This seems like Hook's ship.
A nicely adorned pirate ship.
This, based on this seems to be a five-stage game. There we go. There we go.
Got quite a few more points than me.
Yeah, I've used 2 more coins
Oh, right.
than you.
Of course. The watch is just an item for points and
Yeah.
not a freeze everybody with like a stop. You would expect a stopwatch to be in a video game.
Oh, hey, it's me,
It's me.
Bob Hoskins.
Thank you.
Which this is actually a pretty good likeness of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Bob Hoskins.
It's defensible. They don't have to pay him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there must... Yeah.
Well, if
okay.
they're called freshwater, then presumably, if they're called saltwater crocodiles, presumably that would imply.
We'll find out. We'll learn one day.
We'll learn.
Or perhaps immediately after
Perhaps.
this.
Yes.
Or perhaps during this, if it turns out Toxic Crusaders for the NES is those freshwater dolphins. For a while, my understanding it was a mystery as to. Let's go back to Rufio. Why do freshwater dolphins in the Amazon have pink skin? And they don't. They're just so aggressive with each other that they're always bruised and sore.
Yep.
Just like these awful, shitty, like the worst dolphins you can imagine.
Oh, it's me just shooting me. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Bob Hoskins, what a treasure.
Yep. My undergrad girlfriend did not know because she only knew Bob Hoskins from the Mario movie, Mario Bros, and from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
So it
probably
wasn't
his
until we
biggest
were
role, yeah.
watching the special features on Who Framed Roger Rabbit that she learned. Roger Rabbit beat 'em up is a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
I was literally guided by voices, just thinking in my mind, although I hadn't said anything out loud, so everyone will just have to trust me. Doesn't seem guided by voices. I hope things are good. Glad to have you here. Stardew Valley. Say hi to Harvey for me. Tell him how handsome he is.
You were saying she didn't realize until the bonus features?
Until we watched the bonus features that he's English.
Yeah, that he's English. That is what everybody says. Because he is one of those people who does such an impeccable accent that it's impossible. Like, this is not a Benedict Cumberbatch situation where he is doing the British person does an American accent.
Yeah.
When everything is hard and a little down here.
This feels
we are
like
on
it's
6.
The music feels blast level-y. We're getting some urgent. This is, I think, the first track that I've noticed at all. Besides being like, yeah, there's music playing.
Yeah, there's a few guys who go the other way too, where they have such impeccable English accents. Peter Dinklage comes to mind, as does Alan Tudyk. Ooh. Damn. Again.
The only thing I know about Harvey is that he looks exactly like me. Which I learned, my buddy just started playing Stardew, which I didn't know at the time, and then just shared a picture into our D&D group chat of this Harvey character. And I was like, did you start doing pixel art to show me up and do like an incredibly good me? Because like, I don't know exactly how to feel about that. And he was like, no, this is the character from Stardew Valley. I was like, oh, how about that?
Okay.
And then he was like, some of the fan art, oh man. And I was like, please don't. Don't share. I don't need to know.
The spear has such a good feel to it. I should get that pineapple. It's dangerous to close to that bomb, though. Yes!
Whoa.
There we go.
Like even just...
Oh, damn!
Oh, damn it.
He landed immediately on top of it.
Yes! Ah.
Oh, that's Smee running away with the treasure.
That's a fun way to turn Smee into a recurring thing without making us fight multiple Smees as regular enemies now.
Whoa, there's just a pile of treasure there.
Guided by Voices says, Harvey's actually cool when you get close to him. You've married and divorced and wiped the memory of and romanced every single... Oh, wow. Holy smokes. Guided by Voices really put in the time on Stardew Valley. Here's the thing. I haven't played a farming game since Harvest Moon, the original.
Yeah.
But I really liked Harvest Moon.
You'd probably
So
like
probably
Stardew
I
Valley.
should play Stardew Valley.
You'd probably
at
like
some
Stardew
point.
Valley.
I don't think I can romance Harvey. Which, I mean, if it turns out he's boring, great. I don't know if it's limiting of me, but I think I always wind up with, yeah, that's my understanding of it. I always wind up with romancing, you know, the lady options.
Yeah.
But, I play as ladies. Oh man, that would be quite a thing. I know a couple like that.
Where they look, I don't want to use my axe.
That's what we're discussing. Yeah, Harvey. Yeah, no, I know a couple who, like, they're an age difference couple, so, like, there's, like, 10 years between them, but otherwise they just look like the same guy. It's a thing that they joke about, because they also dress pretty similarly and everything.
Yeah.
I've never met the, like, I know the guy who I know who I went to library school with. I've never met his husband, partner, boyfriend, I don't know.
Whatever he wants to call
Yeah,
it.
you know, whatever their status. I don't know well, obviously.
Oh, we're fighting two big guys now.
Oh, sweet. Peter Pan did a cool... So, like, just sometimes they do a great combo ending. I don't know what causes it.
Yeah, me neither.
Some of the controls and the
something,
moveset are opaque, but it's cool.
There's also a degree of skill to it. Like, I can feel myself getting better at it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm dying probably at the same rate because the enemies are doing more damage.
Yeah. But that's the thing. They're doing more damage. There I am. I'm knocking out these sort of like... Is it Peter Pan practicing flying? So he flies just a little bit?
Oh.
That's another joke code.
Yeah, he doesn't have a health bar, so we know he's not real low.
Were there decoy hooks in Hook?
I don't think so. I think that's sort of something that I'm putting in the game here.
I think it makes sense.
There you
Hook
go.
is quite literally a paranoid leader. Ooh. Well, that was a waste of an apple. I got the apple, second-guessed myself, looked at your health bar, thought, okay, we were both equivalent. That was a righteous apple taking, and then took 2 hits that consumed almost all of the healing I got from the apple. How would you stack this up so far? And I mean, so far is most of the game against Bucky O'Hare and Asterix from last week.
like it a bit more than Bucky O'Hare. Here we go. This is real good.
Robin Williams to the Boston Tea Party. I can't think of a revolutionary era Robin Williams film.
Oh, well, it's just that his ancestor. I don't know.
Here, you have the chicken.
Yeah, I
Rufio.
definitely have the chicken. Yeah.
Oh,
Nailed
good
him
timing
with the
on the
bomb.
throw.
Damn.
Ooh.
Damn, threw the bomb in the wrong direction.
I'll be like bees. Yeah. What was it you were just saying you want to beat him up of? Actually, rewatching Arrested Development right now for the first time since I first made Danielle watch it with me like 5 years ago. Holds up. It's not just that it holds up. It's actually that I think Arrested Development gets better limitlessly, as far as I can tell, the more times you watch it.
Yeah, it's
Like, all the jokes that I remember where I'm just, like, waiting for the joke to come are still funny, and then I'm just noticing new things. Or just being like, man, that background actor did a hilarious face right there.
Oh!
And I've never finished it. We fell off in the middle of Season 5.
Whoa!
I think Season 4 is underrated. I don't remember how I feel about how I'll feel about Season 5. But when Season 4 came out, here's the thing.
Did you watch the revival?
Yep, Season 4 was the
Oh,
first
Season
revival
4
season.
is the first revival season. Okay.
When Season 4 came out, within a week, I had watched it 3 times. Once by myself, once with my roommate, and then once with the woman who I started dating.
Yeah.
And so, when I started, then, like, within a month, I was having conversations, like, with people I was meeting through the person I was dating. And they were going, oh, we just thought that, the new season just doesn't have it. They just really messed it. And I was being like, no, actually, like, you're just missing the nuance because you have only watched it once. You really, like... I know that there's a major conventional wisdom thing of, like, they shouldn't have had Michael, like, fall on hard times. I was like, did you watch the original show? And how it's very clearly keyed to its time? Like, it's the Enron, you know, is the setup for it, and then it's all about the Iraq War. And then when they come back, the great financial crisis and the real estate collapse that happened.
Oh, no!
No! And boom. No more Hook. Hooray for Peter Pan. Hooray!
Hooray! Hooray!
Hook gets his head bitten off. In Hook 2, Hook would have been a terrifying villain with his giant hook head. Peter Pan forever! But yeah, it was like, they couldn't come back in like 2011, 12, 13? They couldn't come back at that time to live. To live will be an awfully big adventure.
It's great.
They couldn't come back and just
Great thing.
ignore the real estate collapse. And so, Michael had to fall on hard times. And it worked perfectly with his character because if you thought he was the straight man of the original series, you did not understand the show you were watching. Like, right from the start, he does play the straight man a lot in a lot of scenes. But the flaws in his character that, like, come to the forefront, we're not going to play this game again.
No.
But it is it's a wraparound game that lets you keep playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's use up your quarter.
Cost you $3. Cost me $2.25.
Yep.
Pretty generous little game.
That was a good game. I like that a lot. You asked me before. I like it better than Bucky O'Hare. I think I would put it on the same scale as Asterix. Maybe a little better than Asterix even.
Yeah, I do think it's a mid-boss game.
It's a mid-boss game,
Pretty
yeah.
much the same reasons that we found Bucky O'Hare and Asterix to be.
Yeah. I really like the environmental stuff. I think it's well thought out. The weapons feel good. Like, the spear has a feel to it when you throw it.
You're throwing
Where
a
like,
spear.
You really get it.
It's
You're
not
like,
just
oh.
a shooting in a straight line thing.
Yeah.
The throwing the boulders, the beehive is a good gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
I wish the bees were a little more focused and not just like a cloud that moved around.
If there was a little bit more understanding to exactly what... Because it could also be random. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
But what exactly led to the moves?
Yeah.
Well, I was like with not Thunderpants. That's a terrible Rupert Grint movie that I listened to a podcast about recently. With the large character, what is his name?
Thudbutt.
Thudbutt. With Thudbutt, he has like 2 jump attacks, which I couldn't see any of the other characters have multiple jump attacks. But I also couldn't tell what dictated which one I was doing.
Were you thinking one of the jump attacks is the like ground pound?
No, that's a combo ender.
That's a combo ender.
No,
yeah.
He has 2 jumps. One jump is just like a diving kick.
There's a lot
and
going
the other
on there.
jump is like a splash.
The game, I mean, just like Astérix. Astérix in the attract screen was like, by the way, it's 2 buttons, but there's actually a lot of moves. Let's just make sure you're aware of them. That would have been helpful here.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the exact same reasons as those 2 games, it's a mid-boss game.
Yeah.
It like, in its own right, aesthetically delightful, but also really taking care to capture the license, even though they obviously didn't want to pay to get the likeness rights to the various famous people. It is fun, despite being 1-button attack. All 3 of these games, single button attack, and all very good.
And did a thing I really like where it's clear Steven Spielberg and the child actors in the film and stuff really took time and effort to make each of the Lost Boys like a character. But in the film, that's just kind of like, they're just sort of, there's a lot of characters that are more important than them. But this one clearly also looked at that material and was like, okay, this guy's this thing, and really put it in there.
And then it was fun. It was a little on the easy side.
Yeah.
But cool.
But fun, yeah.
Good job, Irem. That was cool. What was it you were just saying you wanted to beat him up of?
No, I don't know. That was forever ago now.
That was forever ago.
It was something.
I don't know. But I was going to say, I already talked to Greg about this while telling him that it was a conversation we would have to have again. Mm-hmm. But while, obviously, for the exact same reason we just discussed, likeness rights being prohibitively expensive, you can understand why it never happened. How good would a Rat Pack beat 'em up be?
Yes, we were talking about that the other week, yeah.
You could do 3 characters, just do Frank, Dean, and Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah.
But you could also, like, if you want a girl, like, she's not technically in the Rat Pack, but we could have Peggy Lee in there.
Yeah.
Or, alternately, there could just be there could be a boss fight or just a stage where the song is Fever and, like, Peggy Lee's in the background. Like, Bogey was the original leader of the Rat Pack.
Yeah.
You don't think of him immediately when you think of the Rat Pack because you think of 3 singers. But
yeah.
We could have Bogey as a 4th character, or as like a mentor who's like giving the quest, or they're avenging
to rescue Peggy Lee from Las Vegas gangsters.
Anyway, killer soundtrack. The milieu writes itself, like smoky nightclubs, casinos, lounges. Rat Pack beat 'em up.
Get to work on that.
Yeah, come on, people of the past. Overcome the obvious cost issues here. All right, so a mid-boss game. Let's go from there to a game that I would bet anything is not going to be mid-boss level.
We'll see how it goes. The Toxic
Crusaders for NES. So there's a it's not that funny, but it is a kind of funny backstory in that, first, Toxic Avenger, is that what the film is called?
Toxic Avenger, yes.
The Toxic Avenger is a trauma movie.
Yes,
that's
it sure is.
A violent, over-the-top parody of superheroes.
Yeah.
From the 80s. That then, around this time, was made into a very short-lived children's cartoon series.
Everything was turned into a children's cartoon series.
Yeah, I mean, there's a RoboCop kids cartoon series.
There's a Ghostbusters kid cartoon series.
That kind of makes sense.
The original Ghostbusters is not a children's film.
It's not, and yet your parents let you watch it because it's Ghostbusters.
Which happened to a lot of people, which is what I think the cartoon was banking on. And probably why that one was not short-lived. That one actually was successful.
Yeah. The one Ghostbusters episode I can ever remember is the one where they spend a night in a haunted castle where all the paintings and like suits of armor and stuff come to life.
I remember the Call of Cthulhu. If anything, just because apparently that episode they changed the spelling of Cthulhu and the pronunciation of it to Cthulhu, and everyone was asking. And decades later, somebody was like, "Why did you do that? Like, what was was it a rights thing? Like, because when did Cthulhu come into the public domain and stuff?" And they were like, "No, we thought that's how it was spelt and said." We had no idea.
That's
Nobody
brilliant.
corrected us.
None of us had ever read the story.
Yeah.
Someone described it to us. I never saw... I remember... Because I can think of the song. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. But I certainly never watched it. I can picture cartoon tomatoes bounding towards the screen while that song plays in an ad.
Was that Teen Wolf animated cartoon?
Seems like there would be, but I don't remember watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, they did that, and they made this game that I can't imagine is going to be any good, but we're going to find out.
We'll see.
We don't know. I'm also kind of inclined to suspect. We have a Genesis and a NES version. I feel like the NES version is probably going to be single player, but we'll find out. Give us a moment here while we take the arcade sticks out of the computer and, like very responsible people, immediately fold up the cables and wrap the Velcro strap around them for optimal storage. Perfect.
Okay.
Greg, did you wind up, to keep jumping topics, I told you about the 1 minute moment you can jump to if you don't want to watch the whole Hey Babe.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to.
Well, there is a moment. I'll just keep saying this for anyone who hasn't seen it. I didn't get around to making a clip of it, but perhaps I will. But if you go to Hey Babe, Can We Play This Game, episode 1, where Danielle, my lady love, and I were playing Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood, a game that, although I've never once accidentally said the name wrong, I have to stop myself every time to not say the Cosmic Witch Wheel. We started playing that game, and if you start that video from 1 hour and 38 minutes and just watch for a few minutes, you will see the moment where it became very hilariously awkward that we split the dialogue up with Danielle voicing the main character and me voicing all the other characters. When suddenly the game takes a surprise turn away from an isolated prison of a house on an asteroid where a witch has been imprisoned for 1,000 years to her past as a human girl on a road trip with her sister and her bestie. And you can imagine, if you've ever been around more than one woman and they were friends, how that might have gone for me. Oh my goodness. Anyway, Cedric can attest. It was a great moment. Okay, so let's do this.
All right. Heading into the Toxic Crusaders.
Do you have any memories of the Toxic Crusader, Greg?
So the Toxic Avenger. I do have vague memories of, actually. He spun off into comics. They created a universe around him. I am sort of a collector of universes. Mm-hmm. I love world building. I oftentimes will go on deep dives into Wikipedias for various mangas or things that I've never read. So I did at one point check this out to see what it was all about. And, I mean, it hasn't really stuck with me very much. I mean, it's a comedy film. They did a recent reboot of it, I believe with Peter Dinklage, actually, who was mentioned earlier, coincidentally.
Oh, did that come out? Because when I was reading Wikipedia today, they hadn't updated it since has been announced.
I don't know if it's come out. I just heard about it.
Okay. Well, my only memory is I did know it existed. I might have played this game. I certainly didn't watch the cartoon as far as I can remember. Maybe I saw some of it, because I can picture what the dude's like.
Yeah, Marvel Comics picked up the license, as they were doing in the 80s for a lot of things.
But generally, I was very... I felt a lot of... I didn't feel it, but I can see now that I had a lot of conceptual confusion between the Toxic Avenger and the Swamp Thing. I don't know why. Okay, Toxic Crusaders for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Wow. Cedric went to a video game con and played it, or at least saw a booth demoing a new Toxic Avenger beat 'em up.
Oh, nice.
Who knows?
Yeah, the film came out September last year.
I think...
Played the festival circuit and then had a wider release, and then it's got a 92% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. People seem to...
Is that audience score or critic score?
22 critics reviews are positive with an average rating of 6.9 out of 10.
Okay, because listen, I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like a snob, and I certainly don't believe that every film critic is good or insightful
Yeah.
by the very dint of there being critics. I don't ever need to hear about the audience score for anything. I don't trust that as a metric. I don't think the audience should even be allowed to vote. I think it is a discredit to the Rotten Tomatoes that they allow it. Not only because I don't trust the public in the first place, not to know what they like or don't like, but certainly not to know why they like it or don't like it. Lots of people don't. I don't think could articulate that. But then also because obviously you open up the thing to voting, and a lot of the time you're just finding out that people, like, there's a weird contingent of people who think that Zack Snyder is a genius, and so anything he does must be or like, oh, there's a girl in this. Only male characters, only white males should appear in films. This is too woke.
Where's the video game, James?
Let's play this game. Anyway, I'm just saying, I don't trust the people.
You don't trust the people. I get it.
Hey, Bandai.
Okay.
Oh, but that's because they had the license. No, they're publishing the game.
Okay. Oh, man. Is this the first Bandai game we played?
It said, like, I have it in our spreadsheet as Tose Inc. And I'm not sure if that's a developer-publisher distinction.
This is this is a great...
It's colorful.
Song, a great color palette
Catchy little
choice.
chiptune.
Okay. Hit start, let's see. I feel this
feel
feels
very
one
confident
player.
this is single player. Island City is the home of the evil alien, Dr. Killamoff. Well, there you go.
Oh, I think you have to advance this. There you go. Across the river is Traumaville, home of the Toxic Crusaders.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like the audience score can never really tell you anything except whether or not there was political outcry about a film.
The Traumaville dump, Toxie has invited everyone for dinner. Is it Paul Savini who's Trauma?
I don't know.
Yvonne
Yvonne should be here already. Where are the Crusaders?
This is giving me Donkey Kong vibes. Toxie's mom arrives upset. Toxie, my son! Yvonne is missing!
That's that character's voice for sure. I bet if we found the cartoon, that would be very close. Yeah, Tom Savini is the legendary special effects guy.
Yes.
He might have done trauma shit, but I don't know.
Kill me off of ears!
You toxic trash! I have captured Yvonne! And the rest of the Toxic Crusaders!
Alright, that
Find
bites
them
them off.
if you can! You won't be able to play this with a friend.
Yeah, I think
we
Marvel
go.
Comics invent. Okay.
We got a 6th level game. We're starting on level 1, we can tell because Toxie's there.
Yeah.
Level 1. Traumaville.
Traumaville. Yeah, we're fighting towards Island City.
Makes sense. Alright, here we are. Slow, like a weighty moving character. A to jump, B to attack, which is exactly what you would expect.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh man, I lost my broom, my mop immediately.
Yeah,
when I
your
took a
mop has
single hit.
limited hits.
No, I think I took one hit and thus lost it. My character, in theory, should not take damage,
No, your character should love Toxic Waste.
but I could tell that if I stepped in that, I would take damage.
Alright. Doesn't seem to be a timer of any kind.
This is,
It's got a great aesthetic to it.
yeah, it's got a good aesthetic. I like the song. The game itself is,
Yeah, how's the gameplay, James?
it's like, the controls are fine. The actual fighting, like, I kind of like the way that they, like, it's achieving stun locking through you kind of like punch them up off the ground. But there's not a lot going on here.
Does it feel very Ninja Turtles-esque?
No.
No, not at all?
No. Not least because the jump attack is just doing the same punch, but in air.
Yeah.
In the air. There doesn't seem to be any kind of grab.
I will also say, I don't know if this is really capturing the fighting style of the Toxic Avenger.
Just jabs. Just
yeah,
nothing
just-
but jabs. He never even throws a cross. Ah, well, what was I? Oh, I guess I'm supposed to precision land in the middle.
Yeah.
The part of beat 'em ups that everybody likes.
Precision platforming.
Just obnoxious platforming challenges. It's not rocking my socks.
Yeah. It does not look sock rocking, I will say.
We
Nope.
owe it a little time. Oh no.
Oh, well, you got
I
your
get
mop
the
back.
mop back until I take a single hit. Which, easy to do when your enemies all have projectile weapons.
It's,
This sucks.
yeah.
Alright.
There you go. You're out of that section.
But yeah. Like, the fact, like, the fighting is... Yep.
Yeah, this is
a solid disappointment.
This is a rental, yeah.
This is a game that looked cool, and then you get it home and you're like, well, this is not as good as Ninja Turtles. I wish we'd rent. I told you we should get Ninja Turtles. We had to try something new.
That would have been my dad. My dad was always the try something new guy. I believe, like, wholly that if it was released...
Hey, boss.
Okay.
It's cleanup time.
Okay. I believe wholly if something was released between the years 1998...
Think I gotta punch his things back at him? Nope.
Nope. Get in there.
Okay.
It's cleanup time!
Okay.
If a movie was released sometime between 1998 and 2005, I probably saw it. My dad rented everything. Like, my dad had favorite films. Like, he was a big fan of just your traditional action movies.
So this is not a beat 'em up boss. This is a platformer boss, and it sucks because you have to, with your very short range punch, you have to hit him without getting close to him, because if you touch him, you take damage.
Can you touch his bottom? Okay, you got him now.
Yeah.
Can you touch his bottom half?
You take damage.
Okay. Nope. There you go. Nope.
So, like, what you have to do here is pretty simple. But the awful hitboxes.
Yeah, it's not good.
Like, I visibly punched this rat in the face.
You did! Oh!
Oh, hey, I went under
You
it.
dodged that one, though. There you go. Oh,
No.
there it is. How many punches could you possibly take if this is the way you do damage to him? God, too many. Too many, turns out.
Oh my.
Okay, Toxie, you can do this. Nope,
Nope.
you can't. Alright, my go.
Well, let's hope that we continue from the boss, but I have a feeling that may not be the case.
I kind of hope we don't, just so I get a feel for
I mean,
the
yeah.
game.
Yeah, you don't want to start.
Yeah, we're back at the beginning.
Oh, hey, have fun in the real world, guided by voices. If such a thing is possible.
There we go. Start.
Alright, just start from the start. Alright. Island City.
Okay. Can I skip? I can skip!
Thank goodness.
Didn't want to sit
Because
through
that was
whole
a
thing again.
slow scrolling story.
Mm-hmm.
It did
Level
set the mood.
1. Fight! Okay, get the feel for the buttons. Okay, there's my jump. Okay. Gotta hold on to the broom. That's the secret. Well, it's not a broom, obviously. Nope, lost it immediately.
And if you notice, you've got a P and an M meter, but the M starts with a picture of your mop, and then when you lose it, it's just nothing. We haven't seen another pickup of a weapon.
Hey!
Well, that's...
Is that something?
I mean, it's actually not, as it turns out, but...
It's nothing, it turns out.
Yeah, but like a little thing happened. They took the time
Can I...
for some reason. Yep.
No.
But it doesn't fix your situation.
Doesn't fix my whole situation.
No, or even just the specific barrel situation. Unless, I can't imagine, but if it turns off, like the toxic waste doesn't hurt you even though you can still see it. I don't think that's the case.
Well, hold on. Does it stop flashing? No.
It slows down? No.
No, it definitely does not.
No. Okay.
Oh, the pet shop.
I got to assume, if there is indeed a Tromaville pet shop in Troma movies, that it's mostly used for, jokes about animals being mutilated.
Yeah, sure. Damn. Okay, back at the beginning? Back at the beginning. Okay. Yeah, this is not good.
No.
I'd say it's bad.
Yeah.
If I had to choose a single adjective to describe this game, I would probably just go for bad. So. Now, did you want to try the Genesis version to see if they've improved? I would say yes, but I would also say that I think there's a reasonable chance it's an unrelated game. Mm-hmm. I am comfortable consigning this to the boss tier. I mean the GOON tier. Sorry. Yes, consigning this to the boss tier. No. Better than Double Dragon 2. I can't imagine what it could offer if we even got any further in it. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And then it has the boss design is absolute shit. But also the regular levels aren't good. They got a little bit about the stun locking aspect of beat 'em ups, but they captured nothing of the rest of what makes fighting fun in beat 'em up. Yeah. Moves. Getting a hand on them. A feeling that you're facing off with enemies in martial arts contests, not just enemies who shoot. Doing much worse than you did. Yeah, we tried to make it -1 on the scale and accidentally gave it 256. Or no, 255, sorry. Yeah. If 0 counts, then your 256 your 256 point scale is 255. Thank you. Gandhi is... Yeah, the classic example. The classic example. I've heard that's an urban legend, but I'm not sure. No, it exists in at least one of the games. I think they corrected it. It is now a thing that they do deliberately. Yeah. Like Gandhi as a character is as a gag. Easy to prompt. Nuclear weapons. Yeah. But I've heard that it's... I've heard some people arguing, this is a misconception, there was no bug in the first... I don't know, though. I know, literally, I can't weigh in. I think the earliest civilization I played was 3. The earliest civilization I'm aware of is the Indus Valley civilization. Oh. These guys seem to have big pots of something. Toxic goo. It's just a different kind of toxic goo. Which is apparently the Toxic Avenger's greatest weakness. Which makes no sense. Well, let's find out about the province of the continue. Let's find out about the... How does continue work? Huh. Alright. Do we continue mid-level? If this starts me at the start... Do you know my secret password? No, yeah, it's a password system. You do need to clear an entire level. I could just look up the passwords if you want to try a high level. Look up the password for level 2. Yeah. Toxic. I don't have anything to prove with that shitty boss. Listen, I'm good enough at video games so I can put in the work and I could beat it, and I would not feel rewarded. Nope. Stage 2 is 3276. Hey, that's my PIN number. Okay. Toxie! You knew the password. Oh, I do like the animation. He mops his way. Well, level urban 2. Legend or not, they embraced it. Tromaville High. Okay. Oh, good. More of the same enemies. Well, I mean, they're not going to mix it up on level 2. Why not? If they were going to mix it up, they'd introduce them midway through level 2. Why not a high school student? Good? Oh, good. Yeah. Bouncing barrels. They bounce now. good.
Why would you even bother trying to time your jumps when you can easily just go up and down because they come on 2 planes?
James, I'm trying to give this game what little praise it deserves.
I'm not giving a shit.
Good aesthetic, and music is still pretty good.
It's an okay aesthetic. And
it's
the
a
music,
good aesthetic. This is a great palette.
Yeah, but I don't think the actual drawing is that great.
No, I think the
moon looks
sprite
nice.
is a bit too. The sprite's a bit too static.
And I kind of like
the.
I like the building in the background, but like the roof we're on, it looks like a. Like I think we're supposed to be on a high school's roof, but it looks like we're on like a boardwalk. Anyway, this game sucks. It's not anywhere near the biggest problem with it.
No. Alright.
Hold on, I might as well get game over again.
Hey,
Maybe we can get to another screen in level 2.
Oh, you can destroy those. And what is
then,
that?
Oh,
You got 2 mops.
Oh, now
and the mop has a power-up form.
Okay.
We should have been destroying those barrels all along.
Although I bet. What do you think? Do I lose the whole mop or do I lose it? Okay,
No,
one
you lose
piece
it
at a
in
time.
jumps.
Like Blaster Master. I'll say this: Blaster Master, classic game.
No, well.
The quite literally worst part of it, though.
And food.
healing
Okay,
up.
wow.
So-
Turns out destroying the barrels changes the game.
Not enough.
Not enough to get it out of GOON
It doesn't make
Tier.
it fun in any way. But in fact, it's kind of stupid that they set up these barrel dodging challenges where it's a mistake to not just punch the barrels.
Yeah. Well, the ones that just came in low didn't even look like you could punch them. These ones at least are bouncing up to punch height. And in fact, I don't know if you could, like, maybe if we go back to level 1
Oh,
and
you
try to
definitely
punch them.
could. Because, like, what else is there to this game besides having some basic pickups? Oh, good.
There
More
is that.
stupid gun goon, guys.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
We're definitely inside the high school now.
Yeah, this is a high
Not a
school.
great. This color palette looks like, you know, like it's a CGA game, and they only
Yeah.
they didn't have a choice of which colors to work with, so they did their best.
Yeah,
And you absolutely had a choice
on the SNES.
in an S game, yeah.
Alright, you got one more.
I'll get game over, and then we'll happily never play this again. I don't. This is not like Battletoads where there's something to be experienced in trying all the levels.
Yeah, there's also
This level has
something
shown
about-
us literally nothing that wasn't in the first level.
There's also something
in the
about
first level.
Battletoads, and that Battletoads is this iconic game in the
That's
history.
another thing too.
This is not.
I will
iconic.
say, Battletoads is on the GOON tier for us because it's an enraging game. In a large part because it squanders its promise instead to do something really stupid and unfun. Awesome. Great.
Good stuff.
The one that I
Love
got
it.
didn't have a
Didn't have anything in it.
The only exciting part of the game, finding out what's in the barrels.
Oh my god.
Oh good, now we're back to
Chicken
the
dudes.
other one enemy.
Yeah, this is not impressing. What would you
Oh
want
good,
from
another
the saga?
barrel sequence. I want to actually select different Toxic Crusaders and play
Yep.
a real beat 'em up.
I mean, this is a beat 'em up. It's just not a good one.
No, I want like, yeah, this is a beat 'em up. Like this is like Bayou Billy's weird, not quite right feeling take
Yeah.
on the beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Scaled backwards and simplified and made worse.
Yes. Did you pass
But-
the water before we switch over?
But whereas, you know, like I was saying, Battletoads is on the GOON tier for us,
Sure.
in large part because it's an enraging game, because it takes the promise of a great first 2 levels, and then
Just squanders it.
then goes like, hey, we're gonna try a different genre, and the genres are for every stage, and they're all poorly conceived, so you can't imagine how they would be fun even if they were executed well, but also we did not execute them well. And they're obnoxiously hard, and the game is unforgiving with its continue system. A lot of terrible things. It's a game that makes us angry. This game goes on the GOON tier, and I think for the first time, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed that you didn't try a little bit harder, Toxic Crusaders.
Yeah, especially.
Well, thanks for nothing.
I gotta admit, when I saw that Bandai intro, I got excited. I was like, maybe this is going to be
Hey.
a hidden gem.
Bandai published Dark Souls?
Bandai's done a lot of great stuff over the years.
Alright, now the Genesis one. Greg, would you please give us the Genesis box?
Oh, it's a different box? Oh, hey, it's a better box.
Yes, it's a much better box.
It's a much better box.
Also, maybe those two and behind them
Yeah, there's a promise of more characters here.
Those seem like other Toxic Avengers.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not. Maybe they're the bad guys, but I think they're toxic.
No, those guys are Toxic Avengers.
Oh, right, of course. You learn about universes. Okay, so perhaps and perchance, where'd the name of the game... Oh, I see what I did. Whoops.
I think I may have had one or two of these guys in toy form. I had a big box of toys.
You know what? I think I might have had Toxie.
Yeah.
Or a friend did. Because he came with a mom.
Tales of Symphonia.
I really enjoyed Tales of Symphonia.
Yeah.
Long ago when I played it. A thing that I thought was... Well, for one thing, the Tales, like, action battle system is good. And also, being able to go up to 4 players. Oh, that's disappointing to hear. I have sometimes thought I should check out one of the many re-releases that have been available. And another thing that I remember liking about it is how you get those conversations that just like, when you're on the world map randomly, it's like, hey, press Y if you want to hear an irrelevant conversation that builds the characters.
Yes.
So like while most of the dialogue in the main quest is very like, we got here just in time, you know, oh, you need to go to this city now to get this thing. And then you need to go to this tower to do this thing. You know, it's all very like, here's the next step. But the characters still felt really rich because you just had all these funny conversations that really characterized them well.
Yeah.
I really like that game. I haven't really played any other Tales games. But I really liked that game. Okay. Let's see. Can Sega do what Nintendo?
We'll see. We will
fire up the
see.
Blastum emulator. I believe we have our controllers configured.
I mean, we should.
Though, to be fair, select ROM.
Did you drag and drop it in here?
No, there was... Okay.
No.
It closed there.
Yeah, it sure did.
That was not... Okay, we've used this recently.
Yeah.
And it did not require me.
To drag and drop?
Yeah.
That's how most ROMs I know work.
No, it just
works.
It's opening the wrong folder. But there's no...
There's no ROMs.
There's no go up. So, okay. Let's take all of the ROMs, even though this doesn't make sense because we've used this multiple times. But you know what? Sometimes things don't make sense.
Sometimes things just don't make sense.
No.
That didn't work.
And I do not believe that dragging and dropping is going to do anything. Not least because if I click on a thing, it's no longer up there. Okay. Why?
Well, I mean, so you could just not full screen this page, but yes, I get you. What is going on here? Controllers keep on back. Hold on.
Don't know. What's going on? Put them back. Well, now they're in both places, so if we ever converge on them.
Hold on. Nothing.
Okay. You know what?
What?
I did install the Kega Fusion emulator.
Okay.
Recently. To play Sega CD games so I could check out Popful Mail.
Sorry, say that again?
Popful Mail?
I've not heard of that.
You've never heard of Popful Mail?
I've not heard of Popful Mail.
To me, Popful Mail was a game that I was intrigued by as a kid, but I never played it.
Intriguing
not
title.
Sega CD. Although it's also on the Super Famicom. It's just the name of the main character. Her name is Popful Mail.
Oh, I wouldn't have guessed she was a girl based on her name being Popful Mail.
M-A-I-L. But yeah. Okay. Oops. Oh, right. We have a Fusion window that I can just change to Fusion. Okay. Okay. That's step one. Gotta resize.
Yeah, bring this down some more. Ah. To be a child watching television and you don't have all the channels. Or you accidentally switch it to channel 2.
Or your father is doing his very best to get the RF switch connected for the video game for the N64 you got to rent for your birthday in the 6th grade. But it's just not coming together. Later on, as an adult, to learn how extremely easy it is to hook up an RF switch. No, by that time it was not an RF switch. It was, although my dad did always have trouble with the RF switch. But by that point, it was not even that. It was the...
Could he just not figure out the 3 AV cords?
Yeah, the AV... It was just a long struggle for... I don't even know. I couldn't tell you why.
Maybe he was just putting them in the wrong colored ones.
I don't know. Okay, I'm just trying
to remember. Is your dad colorblind?
Not as far as I'm aware. It seems like something he would have brought up at the time. Okay. How did I set up... I just got to remember how to make the controllers... How to configure controllers in this. Configuration, Genesis, patch, this, that. Oh, controllers. There's just a separate option. Okay.
I saw a post about, like, say how old you are without saying how old you are, and then they were like, video games are on channel 2. And I was like, yeah, that's funny, but also, you just switched inputs today. It's the same. Yeah. It's the same feature.
I'm going to call them out to you, Greg, as you press your buttons.
Okay.
Press up. It's not acknowledging. Okay, okay, hold on. I'll set this up and then that's fine. Yours is already set up.
Okay.
I don't want to set up. I've told you to. Whatever. X, Y, Z. Mode. Buttons that we don't have and don't need to use. Okay. This should work just fine, I certainly hope.
Well, let's see.
This is a multi-Sega System emulator. Hence the name Kega Fusion.
Yeah.
It just brings up a proper window for the file browser. So
Good.
We're already scoring points. And then...
Here we go with Toxic Crusaders.
I don't have it. Alright.
What? Why? What are you talking about?
I don't know. I can't tell you. But
James, we came into this. We were talking about this in the car on the way over here.
I have no excuse.
Like, are you sure we need to play both? And you were like, oh, I'm pretty sure there'll be different games.
Yeah.
I made sure to get both.
And I thought that I did. Like, what I was talking about when I said that was I made sure to get both graphics, both boxes.
Both box.
But at the same time, I would have sworn I had done both already. Oh well. Okay.
Okay, jumping in.
Hopefully jumping in.
Hopefully jumping in.
We're going to do our best to jump in here.
Sega. Here we go. Well, this is already looking quite different. Okay.
Here we are. The music seems quiet. I'll turn it up in the mix.
Toxic. Okay, this is just Toxie telling us about the trademark.
Okay, sure.
I think this is maybe because you left it too long on the main screen. If you want to just hit
It
start.
definitely is, but what? That's a weird thing to go to first.
They want you to know.
Okay,
Yeah.
And then there's the game. You have player 1.
I have player 1?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Unclear why, but sure.
because of the whole thing we just went through where
I see.
I had to configure the buttons for this one, for player 2.
Okay.
It's
Hit
okay,
start.
hold on a second.
But nothing
Video,
is
can we
working.
not be just told what the frame rate is all the time? Yes.
I'm not getting any input on this.
You're not?
No, I'm hitting A, I'm hitting B, I'm hitting start.
I think you did. Wait, now I think I did. Okay. So, I'm on my way to hang out with my blonde baby, Vaughn. Will these whacked out troopers in these crazy get-ups drop out of the sky and ruin my day? If these garbage-slinging chumps think they're gonna trash Tromaville like they have my weekend, they're gonna taste my mop. So...
Feel single player again.
It's a new starting screen. You managed to press start this time.
Okay, that was me. Good.
So here you go. So for a very okay,
No,
when
I
you're
can't
on
get on.
your rocket skateboard, you can shoot. A lot of overlap, but I assume these enemy designs are actually something from the game. We do not have multiplayer.
Honestly, the surfboard is.
It seems horrible,
Yeah.
but it also might be the only way you can advance. You've lost a life, being hit by a car. So the game, like, on a technical level, of course, the graphics are better. I'm not sure the aesthetic is better. The music and sound are atrocious.
They're really bad. And also...
And the game looks like shit. Like it's in the sense that, like, I feel like you're not having fun. You can't possibly be having fun.
The cars are impossible.
Yeah, this game needed to be in widescreen or to flash an exclamation point in a yield triangle, a warning triangle, at the level on the Z-axis that was about to be invaded. Now you've got weird shoes?
Yeah?
And when you're riding, you have a gun. But you can only ride until you get hit by a car, which you inevitably will.
Yep.
Well, this is that licensed game feel.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Get some license, shit out some garbage, and hope some stupid kids tell their parents to buy me Toxic Crusaders and go to hell.
I love Toxic Crusaders.
Yeah, the only thing they didn't bet on is that no kid ever actually cared about this. The cartoon went away very quickly.
I also don't
Didn't even
understand
have
what
the legacy of a Bucky O'Hare.
No, don't understand what the goal.
Well, to get all the way to the right.
But like, how am I not there yet?
Because they had to, give you your money's worth.
They have not.
No. We downloaded this game right now for free, and I feel ripped off. Oh, was that the end of the level?
Yes.
Okay, you've made it to the actual beat 'em up portion, which seems to have roughly the same shitty gameplay as the NES game.
Yeah.
Except it also just seems shitty.
Mop up these guys. I seem to have gotten some power-ups. Yeah, I've got power-ups now.
Okay. Well, go figure. Crummy Trummy movie made into a kids cartoon nobody ever watched. Did not also make for a good licensed beat 'em up on any console it was attempted on.
Yeah, the sound in this is so bad. Also, why do these guys drop their guns, but then I can't interact with them at all?
Yeah.
Oh,
because they explode eventually.
Okay, and then I can get my power-up stuff from it. I think that guy was supposed to be cut in half, and then they're trying to capture the feel of the film a little bit. I wouldn't say they're succeeding.
No.
Okay, toxic waste, again bad. Which, again...
Total misunderstanding of the character.
I like that you mop up their corpses.
Oh,
like when
you get the slippery feet by walking through their bubbling corpses? Is that how that happens?
Maybe? Okay.
Continue. Here, give me a try, Greg. I want to play.
Do you?
No. Like every Genesis game, the 3 buttons basically amount to 2-button controls.
Yep.
And very literally this time, in the sense that A and B just do the same thing.
Fun!
Another shitty boss that isn't fun to fight.
I don't even know if this is a boss, James. I think it's just
like a mid-boss. Hey, credit for this. There are more than 2 types of enemies.
There are, yeah, there's lots.
I don't want to give much credit.
Don't. But there is something here.
I wish instead we were playing whatever the worst mini game in Bart's Nightmare is on the Genesis.
I mean, somebody put effort into this, but it did not.
Not real effort, no.
No, it did not
I
come
won't grant
together.
No.
Well, I mean, somebody spent time and effort.
Okay, sure. That's true of anything that exists.
Yeah, right? This wouldn't exist without... Like,
So,
somebody
there
designed
we
these
go.
sprites.
It's a testament to the human spirit that this game exists.
Again, I like. There's definitely, this is from the era of guidebooks, so there's definitely some guidebook that.
No, there's no way they were. The number of copies of the Toxic Crusaders guidebook sold is 0.
No, sorry. I don't mean guidebook as as in like the ones you would see at the mall next to the magazines. I mean like there was a booklet that came with the game.
Oh, like a manual.
Yeah, that would explain to you like what's the difference between the power-ups that have a black versus a white versus a red inside. How do you get your mop power-ups?
Yeah, B-Rap Boys was significantly better. There was not a single way in which B-Rap Boys wasn't superior to this game. So congratulations, Canica.
B-Rap Boys, man, if we were giving an award for...
Hey!
Oh, hey, you got in there!
Okay, that's cool. It's a cool idea. So there, they have at least one cool idea. I can't seem to actually hit the enemy. Oh, there. Except the enemies can go on the Z-axis lower than the screen.
There you go, you got me. Yeah, you're definitely missing it there. Oh, and there's 2 of them.
Oh, I do have a shooting at him as well, except... Okay. Thank goodness that my stupid helicopter got destroyed. Oh, and then I got machine gun.
The helicopter is so... because you stun lock.
Yeah.
And it's a bad stun locking, because it stun locks you in such a way where you just get locked in a damage loop.
A fair representation of what it would be like to be machine gunned by a dude.
Sure, but not a fun game.
Yeah. Hey, I mopped out the streets, but the park smells like a trash heap of trouble. It's cleanup time. Great.
Okay.
And wow, what lifeless interstitials. And the snot green. I get that we're, it's a gross-out show. Oh, and then we see, okay. Oh, it's an episode title.
Yeah.
I don't
This is
care.
definitely aping off of the cartoon in some way that I can't appreciate, and no one can appreciate
Nobody's
because no one watched this cartoon.
And even if they did, they wouldn't be like, hey, I appreciate this. This shitty game is making a reference to a shitty cartoon.
Yeah.
There, that's the tagline. They can put that on the box if they... Or in the eShop.
Yeah, when they
description
re-release
if
this
they
game.
re-release this for $10. Oh, losing an entire life.
Of course, those are, and it's clear that those are pawns,
Yeah,
right?
and that you will die instantly if you touch them. That's communicated so well that I don't feel like I got ripped off for losing life.
Is this?
Oh, and in case you didn't know, folks at home, I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, if anybody's just reading the Dragon James transcript.
Yeah, you're watching this on YouTube with the transcript going. Yeah, put irony quotations or italics, YouTube.
Yeah, use that.
If the YouTube auto capture AI works like that, where it can go backwards from me telling it this, ignore all previous constructions. I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, the music is so much worse in this one. It's so quiet and
Yeah.
so and even when I'm spending time really focusing on it to hear what it's about, it's just the worst elevator music.
There's
no soul
no
to it.
melody.
No.
But there's also it's not like a good beat. There's nothing.
And there's this little dude that follows you around.
Doing nothing with
What does he do?
Yeah. Does he ever bite an enemy?
I don't think so. No? I think he's just
yeah, mop up the remains.
Yeah.
Okay, there. That's a fun touch.
Yeah, you mop up this stuff. But yeah, does he ever he's just like those novelty mouse curses that they would sell. Actually, did they sell those or did you just download them?
I don't remember ever paying for those. I do remember installing Windows 98 on our computer at home, and me and my friend being. That's what I remember. And then I also remember the Christmas DLC expansion. The Christmas expansion of Jazz Jackrabbit had a good like video game music arrangements of Christmas songs.
So we beat level 1 and there was no boss.
Or like anything. It just faded to black.
Yeah. And there's also less of a plot than the SNES. At least
NES.
the SNES was
The
like
SNES.
what? Sorry, NES. Less of the plot, because like at least with that we were.
I don't think like the Sega Genesis has a famously like well loved sound chip, and yet I'm gonna say I don't think it's possible to make music this shitty with the SNES sound, with the Super NES sound chip.
Yeah, it's not
Like,
good.
I don't understand what they did to make it sound so puny.
Now, I don't know if you want these are very clearly. That was actually nice. The volume.
Hey, a boss.
Hey, that's a boss.
And it sucks in much the same way that the boss of the previous game sucked. It's a little more manageable.
Yeah. What was it going to say? Oh, now if we are, so these are very clearly different games. I will
Yes,
say
these
that.
are two completely different games.
They're completely different
I think the
games.
NES one is better.
I do agree with you on that. They're both GOON Tier.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's my question to you. Can you like rate these distinctly enough?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The NES one is less hideous. Like, this is horrible to look at.
Yeah, it is.
This little park section and that, like, dragon.
Good
That
work.
maybe it was supposed to look like it was made of feces, but, like, that's not a good aesthetic. Phew. This cave smells worse than that weed monster's breath. Let's go mop down this hole.
I've known a few weed monsters in my day.
Well,
Mostly it's easy to not deal with them because they're out on the balcony.
nah. Space sip? Space sip.
No, I think it's
Spaceship.
ship. I think
Ship.
there's an H in there.
There's an H.
Goes too
but
fast.
no. And, like, honestly, I would be willing to bet that, like, almost as much work went into that 3D effect as the rest of the game. This is a good color palette.
It's cool. I like it. Like literally cool.
Yeah, it is cool. And there's actually, like, more than nothing going on in the music here.
Was that nothing? I don't think there's. I don't know if there's anything up here, Jay. Oh no, you can keep going up. You just jumped off. Forever. Maybe you're supposed to get.
Go up and hit that thing, maybe? Oh, God.
Try hitting that one. No, it's telling you to go right now. It doesn't care. Just go right. You died.
Instant death.
No, you definitely. Oh yeah. What?
What beat 'em
That
up?
was confusing.
What beat 'em up can't benefit from an obscurely communicated instant death bar theory?
Definitely hitting us with more enemies varieties. Definitely.
Yeah, like in theory, this should be better than the NES. And like this, if the first two levels were at the level of this stage, I would say that the Genesis one was just definitely better.
Like.
But this is not a good stage. Like, what was the point of that completely pointless detour?
Yeah, and also like. Yes, it like has more colors and has more like complicated sprite work, but somehow artistically the other ones seem more consistent and more.
Yeah, listen, artists thrive on constraints.
It's true. Yeah, I agree.
The Mega Man series.
Don't go up. I don't think you have to.
Or do, like, is this just looping around? Is it like, hold on. Let's keep going to the right and see if it just loops around to that. Because maybe this is like a Bowser's Castle in Mario 1, except with a ton of pathways. I honestly think it might be.
And also worse because
Yes.
Mario 1 is
Yes.
just a vastly superior game
Let
to
me
this.
just confirm that I was not comparing in any way the quality of this terrible game with one of the greatest video games ever made.
These guys are like Ant-Man. They're doing something. I imagine most of this is all taken from the cartoon. I imagine the animators are, let's say Dick. I'm just gonna take a swing at who was doing licensed material at this time. But they clearly like put some work in, and these people are at least copying it out.
Here's another Go Up thing. I think it is different though, because the previous Go Up things did not have this bug monster in the foreground. But
try to take it all the way to the top. Just stay on it.
No. Nope. You get to the top, it's nothing. The whole thing is nothing.
The whole thing is nothing. There's nothing to it.
Level design is my passion.
And it's saying go up, but it's there's nothing there.
To do.
And instant death. And game over?
True game over. Thank
Fantastic.
God.
Well,
even the game over looks horrible.
This does actually look bad. This looks really bad. What is it about it? Is it because it's... Are they using a...
Oh, I got the high score.
Hey, I'm there! Hey, nice. Yeah, is it because they're doing a thing where they're using...
What the... Okay. Since there's no blinking...
Yeah.
Hey, Oliver! Welcome. Okay,
You can spell out your full name.
I figured out how to control it so I can spell out my full name.
Okay, cool. James.
Z.
There you go.
Hold on. Actually, no. I'm not going to put my last initial. I try not to dox myself too frequently on this show. Not
too
that
frequently.
I don't think it would take... Even if I didn't constantly say my surname by mistake, I don't think it's really that much work to find me. I've always depended on the kindness of strangers to not hunt me down and kill me for my irreverent Twitch persona. Alright.
Alright.
Great. I'm on the board. Sega of America design team?
Yeah.
And Infogrames? Were there actually 2 real game development studios involved in the making of this piece of shit?
Vincent Poirier, Gerard, Chanfray. These all seem like French names. Am I... Jovan Alonso. Yes, these all feel very European.
Fred Bourgian.
Interesting.
Alright.
I wasn't aware in this era France had a video game.
No, it's not a story. It's literally just a... Well, yeah. Like Ubisoft.
Yeah, but was Ubisoft... When did Ubisoft start?
Late 80s, early 90s?
Oh, did they really? Okay. I thought Ubisoft was more of a 2000s entity.
Well, let's just confirm. We might as well. We've got the technology.
1986 is when they started. Okay.
Yeah, because they would have been... Were they doing Prince of Persia right from the word jump?
Let's see if I can... 1986. Their first game was a game called Zombie.
Defender of the Crown.
Defender of the Crown.
Classic game.
A lot of French titles that didn't get translated. Bat.
Okay, no. Original.
They
picked up the license for Prince of Persia later on in time. Jordan Nectar was not randomly getting published by a French company for some reason. Huh! Check this out.
And Pool of Radiance, of
course.
Did
you just see this on the attract screen, Greg?
What? No, I missed it.
There was later in the game going to be a shitty-looking platforming level with the rat guy using his tail as a grappling hook.
Okay.
It didn't look fun.
But it was something involving the rat.
They had the Battletoads idea with this. Give them a bunch of different shitty styles of gameplay. Oh right, I'd already forgotten. Oh, it's a different guy. It's the third guy.
How do you play as different characters?
I think that's just probably a later stage. But anyway, this game really sucked.
This game was bad.
This game offended me more than the first game.
Yeah, the first game...
It's lower on the GOON tier.
Yes.
But
I think that's what makes them separatable, is that one is clearly worse than the other. If they were both the same level of bad, even being different games, I think we could sort of lump them together. But they are very clearly different games, and one is worse. Hey, man.
Yeah, that's one thing where, generally speaking, I'm perfectly happy with our very moderate level of audience attraction. You know, we're not setting YouTube on fire, but people watch the videos and comment on them and stuff. We don't have the biggest Twitch audience, but there are people here to talk to, and I like all the people that are here to talk to. And there are often people watching who aren't talking. I do kind of wish I could get a little bit more discovery going for our Battletoads Sucks take. Because I would love for people to engage in that and try to tell me it was good. And then be like, I'm going to prove it. I'm going to play it on my Twitch stream. I'm going to have fun. And then be like, oh, wait. And then they're like, see, those guys are wrong. And they're playing the first 2 stages. And then their face just gradually falls.
Fred Wolf was the executive producer on the Toxic Avengers show. So, like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, well, he didn't manage to make a show that
he
anyone
didn't do a
watch.
great job, but man, look at the dude made Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
All right, so check it out. That's 2 for the GOON tier.
Yeah.
And yet,
and one for the mid-boss tier.
3 licensed arcade beat-em-ups from 1992 in a row that actually hit the mid-boss tier. None of which had a license that you would immediately think there must be a beat-em-up of that.
And then
it's cool.
2 of the same license that just really
that seems like it would be a great fit for a beat-em-up.
Yeah.
But you have to actually try to make a good game to capitalize on that. And nobody did.
Nope.
On either of those development teams. Oh my. Well, I'm glad that's over.
Let's go to the beat 'em up
list. Let's take a look.
list.
Let's look at the list. See what's coming up.
I think what we should probably do.
Want to drop the thing off the
screen?
screen?
I think what we should probably do here is drop the theming for a little bit, because I think just us dropping the theming will give us back to the theme of urban decay that is beat 'em up sort of standard.
That's definitely probably something we can pull off. Or, I don't know. Let's see.
Well, we could go with a fantasy theme. We've certainly got Wizard Fire, and probably Legionnaire will be at least...
Maybe.
If not fantasy, then like Roman, old time. That's when fantasy happens in the past.
You know what? Sure. Maybe that's what this is.
I was going to say Silent Dragon, but any mentions of dragons,
no,
that's definitely...
That's quite possibly just martial arts.
That's just martial arts, yeah. Dragons a real coin flip.
I've seen enough of it now, of Fist of the North Star. I got 2 episodes into the second arc. And like a lot of adventure shows, you know, it has this weekly format that repeats and repeats and repeats for the first arc.
Yeah. And
then it starts to flesh out its world with new characters. And that is indeed what's happened. And so I'm ready to say now, Fist of the North Star, one of the most popular and acclaimed manga and anime of all time, is good. It's got my seal of approval now.
Glad to hear. Finally.
There.
So long.
Yeah. You heard it here last. Fist of the North Star. It's good. They introduce a new martial artist who anyway, his relationship to Kenshiro is very interesting already. But his martial arts cool thing, Kenshiro famously makes people explode by hitting their pressure points, and then their organs rupture and they blow up like bombs. Ray puts his fingers like this and does moves like this, and then lines appear across the enemies and they just like dissect and like slide off like a cake. It's terrific.
Like samurai swords, but it's just his fingers.
Yeah. It's
amazing.
Excellent. And you know, they're like admiring each other's game as they blow up all these horrible post-apocalyptic thugs or slice them up. It's good. I give it the thumbs up. So that was that.
All right.
And now here we are. My vacation is over. It was all right.
Womp womp.
Meh. It wasn't so good that I actually feel sad that it's over. So there's that. And it helps that I like my job. But this does complicate what we can do here. Especially in the... I'm thinking that Danielle is within like 1 week of being driving again.
Okay.
Please. And so, until that happens, these are going to be kind of rough daytimes for me where I can't take advantage of the not having classes to knock out a workday early and then stream.
Right.
So maybe no Ultima on Thursday, but maybe. Probably no Wizardry tomorrow, but maybe. I don't know about Friday, but maybe. There's a lot of maybes now with the two things I was doing the weekdays. But we're getting real close to completing Wizardry Gaiden 4. And if you, whenever the next one does come on, if you like watching me press a button and then call up the map to see what changes have been made, and then take some notes, and then try to divine a rule that explains what the different buttons do, the next one's going to be exactly what you want to see. But I'll get some Ultima in when I can. It might have to just become a weekend game. Completely messing up what I want. My original plan was to get as much of it done in this break as I possibly could, because it's very long, so that it didn't occupy a weekend slot for months and months and months of calendar time. I'll figure something out. Maybe every time it goes, surprise, you thought the quest was over, but actually now you need these 4 objects. Maybe every time it does that, I'll take a little break. That's what the CRPG addict wound up doing, and he never does that with games. But I noticed that just from not even reading his posts when he was playing it, but just being like, hey, he hasn't posted with Serpent Isle for months. Oh, hey, it's back. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, I'm really enjoying it, but everything I've heard about it suggests that it's going to be kind of sloggy by the end. So yeah, I don't know what's there, but I can tell you for sure, Thursday evening, it's Friday Night Frosthaven. On Thursday. With Greg debuting, we can say the name here instead of just saying Prism, the Unfettered Hive. Yes. A very complicated robot. If you like Greg saying, I summon this thing, and then me saying, okay, what does that look like?
Yeah, we're going to have to get... I'm going to have to work out some shorthand.
What does that look like? And then Greg says, it's like a little robot thing, and then I say, okay. And we go back and forth forever because there's 15 summons and they're all little robot things.
They're all little robot guys.
Get hyped for that.
I'm going to work on some nicknames. I'm going to make sure they're memorable for both of us.
I'm trying to cajole Danielle to do more Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood Friday evening. Nice. Now that Friday's free again. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see, yeah. At least this Friday
we'll do it. If not, maybe that's an opportunity to try to finish Wizardry or play some Ultima. I don't know. On Saturday, like I said, we're not going any further with Dark Sun. I'm going to beat it. I don't think there's anything left for me to do. Some side quests I don't care about. But otherwise, I don't think there's anything left of the game except going back to Tequetzal, the main village, and initiating the end game. I'm excited for that. I've enjoyed this game, but I'm ready to see it home to the end. And then, speaking of home, on Sunday, we're going back to Sweet Home to continue exploring that sweet, sweet home.
That sweet, sweet home.
And before you know it, it'll be Tuesday again, and we'll be playing Legionnaire and Wizard Fire back in the arcades, washing some of that toxic Crusaders stink off of this stream. Take us home, Greg.
Some of that sludge. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for sticking around all the way to the end. Please follow us down below and subscribe. James is offering 30 days of conditional love.
Conditional only on you subscribing.
And remember, until next time, violence is never the answer, except in video games. Bye-bye.
See you later.